Hi, I'm Mitzi Harris, the Director of the Lincoln County Library System. I am very excited to welcome you to Gouache Painting with Judy Gonet. Before class begins, I'd like to take a moment to thank the Lincoln County Library System and our facilitators and the Wyoming Arts Council for providing monetary support to making this program possible. Judy Gonet received her Master of Fine Arts in Painting and Painting from the University of Wisconsin. After completing her graduate work, she moved aboard a sailboat in the Caribbean and on the island of Trinidad sold her pastels of oil painting. Eventually, she moved into watercolor painting. She spent 10 years sailing and painting before settling in Wyoming. She has taught at the University of Wyoming, Western Wyoming Community College, the Jackson Art Association, and has held many classes at her studio, the Creative Spirit Studios, in Bedford, Wyoming. Thank you for joining us, and I hope you enjoy Gouache Painting with Judy Gonet.
Hi, everybody, and welcome back. I wanted to cover a few things from last week. First, I have to correct something that Wendy was saying. I taught at the University of Wisconsin, not Wyoming, just in case anybody lives in Wyoming. They didn't want me here. Okay. One of the things I want to bring up from last week is you have a whole pack of paper that's in this package. Leave it in the package except for the paper that you're working on, okay? Because it's good paper and you don't want it floating around on your desk. Also, last week, some people were confused by the bigger paper, which is our practice paper. We're going to be using all sides of this. Today, we're even going to be practicing right on top of what we did last week. Okay, so you don't want to throw this away. You want to hang on to it throughout the 8 weeks. If we run out, we'll have to give you more. Also, this week, we are going to be doing, let me start with last week. Last week, what we did was we took just black paint and we thinned it out so that we had it darker at the top and then lighter at the bottom, okay, by adding more water. So this week, what we're going to do is we're going to be using black paint and we're going to be putting it down first. The lesson that we're going to be learning today is how to paint on top of that black paint, especially with white, and not reactivate the paint that's underneath, okay? So this is what this exercise is geared towards. We can also, if you are really excited about the white flowers, you can do hollyhocks too. Am I upside down on the right side? Okay. Okay, anyway. All right, and one of the first decisions that you have to make, because I saw everybody in front of me taping their paper, is you can choose to tape it or not to tape it. I would tape it if you're concerned about dirty fingers. But if you leave it untaped, then you are able to bring some of the painting, like that. You're able to bring some of the painting outside at the edges and you get it a little bit more loose, right? So it's up to you whether you want to tape or not tape. And then what we're going to do is we are once again going to be working with black initially. I've got to figure out, we have a new camera set up today, so bear with me here while I get my orientation. I think I might have done better last week when I couldn't see myself. So also some people asked me about the glasses and why do we have 2 cups? You have 1 cup that you say you've gone from your black paint or you've been in black paint with your brush. Okay, with your brush. You rinse it off with one and then you go into the other one and rinse it again. That way you're going into clean water. Also, if you're bringing any water from your cup from the cup into your paint, you want to use clean water, right? This is especially relevant if you're using white paint for yellow paint. You don't want to go into black water and then bring it over into the yellow paint. So also the other question is, we have 2 sides of the paper. One is a little bit more rough than the other one. It all depends on what you like and what you want it to look like. Painting on, it's almost a hot press surface is just a little bit more difficult generally, especially in watercolors. But in gouache, you might want to try the smooth side. If some of you move a little bit faster today, what I would do is I would do one on the rough and one on the smooth, just to try it out to see what you like. Okay. So if you are going to tape the paper, now would be the time to tape your edges just like we did last week. So that you are leaving about 1/4 of an inch on all sides. For that nice framing, like that, okay? And then I want everybody to do what they did last week, with the black paint. With just, like probably, I'm gonna start speaking in P and half P. Let's put out about a half a P now and see if we'll have enough, all right? So just a little, oh my gosh, two going. I didn't bring my thing. Hang on, okay, I got it, all right. Also, I think this week it might be easier for you for what we're doing today to work in these wells right here. So if you just put a little dab of black paint in like that, that's about half a P. Most big people. All right, and then, also, when you go to mix your paint, you can use either your round number 6 brush or the number 6 filbert. The filbert. I think that's like tongue in French, isn't it? Lingua de gato, cat tongue.
Yeah.
So filbert cat tongue. Were you impressed with my language skills?
Yeah.
Okay, so this week we want to keep your black pretty thick, so everybody put a little dot of black paint into their well, like I have it here. And if you want to watch me demonstrate, and then you guys can do, that would work well, thank you. So I don't want to bring a lot of water into it because I want it to be relatively thick. I do want this to be a pretty thick coat of paint. Now already I'm questioning if I'm having enough paint in here. The good thing about gouache is we can just add more. I'm on a smooth side of the paper here, and I'm just going to start painting up and down. And what I want you to do with this is I want you to leave the top edge rough like this, to have some of the black lines going up. And get good coverage on there and just paint the whole, I wouldn't do that, don't do that. What not to do, that right there, off the page. So you just want to get good coverage, and already I'm seeing that I did not put enough black paint in there, so I'm gonna go with a little bit more. Correcting myself, let's do about a P, there we go. Okay, and then I'm using my number 6 round brush. You can use your flat brush, it'll probably go a lot faster than what I'm doing here. And remember last week that we're doing a lot of stroking like this to get the good coverage. You can see that every now and then I'm dipping into my water just to get the paint moving on the paper. And I'm just gonna go like this. I'm gonna leave this up there like that. This is not a square painting, so to speak, or a rectangle painting. That would be good right like this, okay? That's the first step. And I do think that today we've got quite a bit of time, an hour and a half, that you might want to go ahead and take another piece of paper and paint it as well. And if you want to see the difference in the texture of the paper, I did this one smooth and this one is going to be on the textured side. I'm going to come in and do the exact same thing. So this is what everybody should do for now is you're painting black onto the paper. And you're leaving it loose up at top like it's kind of like grasses. Not covering the whole paper. So you're just going about 2/3 of the way up the page. I had to change brushes, that was just going so painfully slow. Do with the black paint. Okay, you can see I had not enough paint again. In watercolors, I would generally say that it's better to have too much than too little. With gouache, unless you mix 2 colors together, it's with just one color like this, it's perfectly fine to just keep squeezing out a little bit more paint. So here we go. And you do have to do a lot of stroking back and forth. You don't want it super thick. You don't want it, you know, like toothpaste thick. You just want it to be a nice coverage on the paper so that everything's covered like this. I think I've already made my clean water dirty. Yep. It's me. So everything that I said.
Want me to get you some clean?
Yes, please. Okay, so this is the point I want everybody to get to where they have two pieces of paper that looks like this. And give me a thumbs up when you get that far.
Do we have to do two pieces of paper?
Does it have to be what?
Should we for sure have two pieces of paper and we just put on one?
I couldn't hear, sorry.
She's asking me if we should have two pieces of paper or can she just do one?
Yes, you can just do one if you
Okay.
want.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry.
Will the two be two different paintings or two of the same?
Two versions.
Of one of each other.
The question was, are we gonna do two different paintings? You can have the option to do two different paintings or do two of the same one, okay? You can see that I've done, you know, this one like 3 different ways. That one. Right? This one is probably the easier of the two, actually, when you put the color on.
Really?
Yes,
Oh, cool.
because it's just dots.
Let's that into that. I love the daisies.
The what?
I love the daisies.
Yeah, I like the daisies too. So we're waiting on a thumbs up from everybody when you get this far, and yes, you can do one or two. I know some people work more quickly and two is not gonna be a problem. But it should go, we shouldn't have time to do both of this, really. Are there any other questions out there?
And you're suggesting if we do two, to do each one a different side, take one smooth and one rough,
Yes, that will give you some idea of what the difference is,
and should we
Okay.
take the other one too, or?
if you want. And like, I didn't take either of mine, but like I said, I did end up with 30 feet. After that. I like the rough edge as opposed to, so this is the two different ones. This one's the taped one and this one is the untaped one. And you can see that it allowed me to go a little bit outside of the area that I was working in, which can be a lot of fun. I think in this one's too. So after you get that done, then I'm gonna want you to bring over your practice paper like this. I'm just going to set these two aside. Right up here where they're almost dry. One thing about gouache is it dries really fast, even faster than watercolors. So, which is fun because you can paint layers on top of it real easily. So I'm coming to my back after I get those painted, and we're still waiting for a thumbs up from everybody, but then I'm gonna put this practice piece of paper down for the next step. I don't hear any sighs of agony out there, so this is going well. Thank you for the comments.
You're welcome. Okay, I see Kemmer's ready, Laberge is ready, Afton, Cokeville, How about Alpine?
Two.
Okay, everybody's ready to go on.
Okay, so when I first did these little paintings, I was doing the flowers first and then the green part second. I'm gonna reverse that today, so right now, instead of working with white, what I'm gonna have you do is take out your tubes of green. You have 3 different tubes of green in here. You should have meridian, green pale, and sap green. I would take out the sap green, and remember how we got the paint last time, you open it up like this, and then you just poke it with the top. Okay, and then just put a little bit of green right into your well next to your black. You won't need a lot of paint. Whoops, and then put the top on right, don't do what I just did.
I'm sorry.
You said sap.
Sap green, sap green.
Sap.
SAP, SAP green, SAP green. And I think also let's take out a little bit of lemon yellow. And add just a little squeeze of lemon yellow
In the same, or again,
in a different, up here.
okay,
I have them in both 2 different wells. So you have sap green in one well and lemon green in another well.
Key size again?
Just a little bit, you won't need a lot of this. Okay, so no, I would say just a dab. I'm gonna go from P to dab. It's kind of a nebulous term, but. This, so what I'm gonna do now. Is I'm gonna come in to my green.
butt brush.
I would use this number 6 round, thank you. And what I want to do is over on my practice sheet. Do you all have black on your practice sheet from last week? Like I do?
Yeah,
Who threw their sheet away?
Yeah, I didn't.
You had 2 in there,
Right,
so
I'm
you
sorry.
okay.
Did anybody else throw their sheet away?
I have some black, I could cut mine in now. Leave these down.
Actually, okay, it's not super important, it's just for practice tomorrow. So, you know, you'll be fine.
Yeah. the one.
All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm adding just a little bit of water right into my well and into the green, okay? And then I'm just coming over to my practice piece to see what it looks like on top of the black. Can everybody see that green down there? On
Should,
top of the
should we use a
black?
fresh brush now or just? with-
I have a number 6 round that I cleaned and now I have fresh green paint on it.
Okay, so just.
So what you want to make sure you're getting over here, and I just used plain sap green without adding any yellow. I painted it on top of the black. I wanted to make sure it was going to show up, and it has shown up, all right? So just do a few leaf-like strokes on your black paint as practice. What you're trying to do is you're trying to get that green paint onto the black paint without activating the black paint. I'm going to activate the black paint to show you what I mean. If I scrub like this back and forth, I'm gonna lose the green altogether. There was too much water in it. If you put too much water in your green paint, it is going to reactivate the black, so you need it to be thick, okay? Thick, but not so thick that you can't paint with it, which is why we're practicing, okay? So again, I'm just going on my practice sheet, doing a green stroke, it's showing up. If I add too much water to it, then it will not show up. Okay, it will just reactivate the black and it will, I'm gonna use Judy's word again, it will shmoo right into that black and you won't see it. And I already need a little bit more sap green, so. Yeah. Sap green generally is like probably a phthalo green with yellow ochre added to it. Viridian is straight up pigment. Okay, so did everybody have success with their green on their black? On their practice sheet. Nobody should be on their good sheet yet. Okay, there you go. Okay. So the next thing you want to do is you want to take a little bit of this green and come over to the yellow and add it to the yellow to make a lighter green. Okay, and then I'm doing the same thing coming over to the black and seeing how that's going to show up. It's going to show up quite nicely. All right. So I think that if we, for now, we're going to start with the two different shades of green. I have straight up sap green. I tried getting that word out. And then I have sap green with a little bit of yellow. It gives it a little bit more of a limey green. Okay.
So you're supposed to be putting the yellow and green.
You're mixing a little bit of the lemon yellow in with the sap green.
Isn't it,
Yeah,
then you mix a little bit of the green into the yellow?
yes.
Exactly. What she said.
One of the green and the yellow.
I obviously didn't have my coffee this morning, okay? Yes, you're supposed to mix a little bit of the green into the yellow.
Right side.
And then we can move aside our practice sheet and bring back one of the ones that you just painted. And you can see that because I foolishly had my painting next to the water where I was mixing, I now have 2 drops up there. Don't want to do that. And I've got two dots. We'll just make those into hollow dots. What do you think? All right. So again, if you don't have enough paint, you start to run out of paint as you're painting little leaves and stems and things. Don't worry, just throw some more paint in there. So I am adding a little bit of water to my green paint and making it paintable. And I think I added too much water, and if I paint over on my black, I'm gonna lose it, so I'm gonna add a little bit more. It's kind of a, I almost said it wrong, sorry, man. It's kind of it is a learning curve really to figure out how much water to add and at what point with gouache, because if you add too much and you're painting on top of black or another color like we are now, you'll reactivate it if you've added too much water. So you just have to keep trying to work with it. So now I've done that. The next step that we're gonna do is we're going to paint just some leaf shapes on this piece of paper. Do it randomly, okay? Generally speaking, they're all growing up. Okay, they're going to grow, tell them what kind of paint the edge of that, don't do that. Okay. We're having loads of fun today, what a mess. All right, so I'm just gonna paint like grass shapes, and it's not all coming just from the bottom. See how that reactivated? Right there, so I lost my color. I need to get a little bit thicker.
Judy?
You know.
Oh.
Do not be worried about how it looks at this point. Just do some strokes like this. Can everybody see that? I'm just doing strokes right across the paper. I'm showing up.
Yeah, it's so far, that's, yeah,
And can we see what the finished one looks like too, so we have a.
yeah.
Okay.
Now these are stems and leaves.
Thank you. Yes, there's stems and leaves. Okay, and you can see how random I'm doing it too.
With the darker green?
I'm doing the darker green first, and then I'm gonna come in with the lighter green.
Same brush?
Number 6. Number 6 round.
But should we change brushes each time?
Nope.
So we have a question. If the black on the paper is still wet, do they wait?
Yes. Yes. So just again, doing these shapes. Okay, and you can come over to the lighter one. It's taking a lot more people than this. Right. Now I'm coming in with my lighter green and I'm going right on top. And yes, some of the green that I've already painted is still wet, but I'm not gonna worry about that. And I'm just doing different strokes going up. It's just like grasses, grasses and leaves. So generally speaking, this is what you're going for right now. Okay, and you can see how you have the black underneath, and then the darker green, and then the lighter green. And they're all, it should all be showing up. So if anybody has any questions about this stuff, just go ahead and ask. Otherwise, give me a thumbs up when you've gotten your painting this far. Lisa, did you go ahead with 2?
No, I'm just doing one.
If you're doing 2, go ahead and do the same thing over here. I lost my help. Here it is. Okay, so you can do the exact same thing on this, or you can leave the green on altogether at this point and not worry about it, right? You can do the dots first and then come in later. So you can put the green down first if you want, like we just did. But hollyhocks are just a little bit different, so if you want to leave the green off, if you're doing 2 daisies, then go ahead and put the green on. If you're doing the hollyhocks, I would not put the green on at this point. We're gonna have to. Let me ask my studio audience out there, how many people are gonna do the hollyhocks and how many are doing the daisies?
I don't know.
Daisy.
I changed my mind, I'm always doing.
Okay. We're gonna start with daisies.
Yeah.
So once you get to this point, give me a thumbs up from the other libraries. Michael, do I need to come over there and see what you're doing? I'm sorry,
It's gonna first out to
I'm bringing my brush over. Oh, no, you're doing perfect. Look at, yeah, you did really good.
Well, thank you.
Good, it's a little bit longer. Down the back. Okay.
I didn't say.
That's
Out of my comfort. zone.
Sorry, I know.
I know, it's all
That's
good. Perfect.
So I'm very.
What a mess. No, I can. She's done it. Okay, everybody here did, all right. How about the other, I almost said schools. How about the other libraries? Is everybody doing all right with this? So thumbs up when we've gotten this far. Just in case there's some. Okay. So we're just waiting for thumbs up from the other libraries. For you guys in front of me, if you want to get your white out, I have 2 whites. I'm starting them already. I would use the titanium white. Which I think is what we used last week. And the heck with the P, I'm going for, what would it be now? What's between a P and a grade? Okay, all right. Okay, we're going for a garbanzo bean size, thank you. Who's thinking on your phone?
All right, so Alpine's good, Kemmer's good. What about Afton? Afton's good. Labarge, are you guys ready? Yes, okay.
And.
Yep, we're ready to go on. Yes, everybody's ready.
Here I am giving a thumbs up to everybody out there. All right, we're all ready to go. Okay, so what I want you to do now is take out your tube of titanium white if you're doing the daisies. If, you're launching right into hollyhocks, give me a second while I talk to the daisy people, okay?
What size brush for the?
I'll get to that in a second, okay? So right now, I want you to bring out a garbanzo bean size white dot, white paint. I don't want you to have, too much water mixed in with this. I want you to work with the white pretty thickly, all right? So that you can get nice daisies out of this. And I'm mixing it up pretty well to make sure that I mixed what water was on my brush in here. It's about this consistency now. Everybody see that? So it's like this, okay? And then in answer to the brush question. It depends on what kind of petal you want to make. So what I want you to do is return once again to your practice piece of paper. The black, okay? And I want you to practice making a petal shape with your round number 6. Here's a petal shape for me. Okay, a round number 6 petal shape, a round number 6 petal shape. And all you're gonna do is just bring it towards the center. Like this. Okay, so you're just making a random daisy shape. I don't even know how many petals are on a daisy, I'm sorry, but you can do 5, 6, however many you can fit in there. You're trying to do a petal shape with a good amount of paint on your brush so that you're not reactivating. Then take your number 6 filbert, AKA cat tongue, and see what kind of petal shape that makes. It makes a much rounder petal shape. And practice with that. Okay, so you can see that both of the brushes will give you a different feeling for what the petal shape is. It's like my words. Whoa, somebody made a bad sound out in the studio audience. Who was that? It was an oh.
Too much black on the paper.
Okay. There would be no bad sounds and no unhappy sounds. Like, oh no, what did you do? So this is all we've done so far is we're just practicing getting that white. And you can see how juxtaposed or right on top of the black, it's really showing up, right? Okay, you hollyhock people, you have to decide what color hollyhocks you want. Oh, look at that moving. Things are a mess up here. Okay, so for the hollyhock, you can do all different colors here. Orange, you can do your, I think it's called vermilion in this, yeah, vermilion. I would do, if you're gonna do yellow, I would do the yellow mid. That means. You might do some of your rose with a little bit of white added. So I've taken out 3 tubes of paint for 3 different colors. Yes, for 3 different colors. I have purple in here too. The one thing so you can also bring out some mauve. They call it violet mauve here, and it's. I'm sorry to the manufacturer, but I don't really like their mauve purple. So anyway, what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to put little dots of this paint out, these different colors. Okay, there's some mauve there. You're not going to get a lot of this, and if you do need more, you can always get some. I'm going to put a little bit of rose out there. A little bit of vermilion. And a little bit of the yellow mid. Sounds so funny. Actually, I'm using a brush, a warm yellow. Okay. Now, hollyhocks, I've never really examined hollyhocks well, but what I envision them as one stem with the flowers growing on either side, right? It's unlikely that they're gonna grow right next to each other. They're usually staggered a little bit, right?
Yes,
So, do you have hollyhocks?
well, I have my lollipops. I've had dark purple ones too.
All right. Dark purple would be a hard color on top of the black, which is why I had white to it. So for the hollyhocks, generally what I do is I just come in and say I'm gonna do some red hollyhocks. So I just go, I paint a little circle like that, a little circle like that. See?
Yeah.
Okay. And you just do it randomly. Well, as though they're from two. Like that. And I have another hollyhock growing up from the bottom. Going up and bottom, adding a little bit of white to my purple. Can everybody see that? To the mauve color, they call it mauve. I mean, mauve to me is, that's just not a pretty color. Anyway, so here's purple, and I might have the hollyhock here growing underneath that first one. You can even, you don't even really have to paint, you can just press it down in a dot like that. It's really simple to do, okay?
Judy, can you put the daisy one back in the screen too?
Yes, yes. Okay, there you go. Thank you.
Thanks.
It's good to have you guys in front of me, so I know what you guys need to see. So thank you for that. So this is a hollyhock painting. This is daisy painting. This is painting that I was working on. Okay, okay. So I'm gonna come back to the daisy painting now. Everybody sees how the hollyhocks are done for now. So all you want to do with your hollyhock painting at this point is just do a whole bunch of them, and some can be bigger. Like you can come in as though they're closer to you, you can do some that are much, much bigger. Like this. Okay, and then, with this red too, I'm gonna add a little bit of, white into it, because if you go in with too dark of a red, it's just not gonna show up. Oops. So here's some pink. Again, you can just do a dot like that, right? Or just paint it a little bit round. Maybe the hollyhocks the flowers get bigger as they get, down more towards the ground. I'm not allowed to have hollyhocks. It's a source of contention in the household. So look at the hollyhocks. I mean, look how they turn out. They're so pretty. Don't worry, Daisy, people, yours are going to turn out pretty too.
Yeah.
Okay. Does anybody have any questions so far from the other libraries? Is everybody good with what we're doing so far? Okay, I'm gonna go back to the daisy painting. Let me see yours, Judy. See, she matches. Okay, good. Okay, so one of the things that Judy just learned is that the white, when you paint it, oh, I'm sorry. I want you to look at the petals, right? And you can see that some of the black is coming through. The white is a little bit more transparent. I really like that look, so embrace it, okay? So don't worry if a little bit of the black is coming through. It's a little bit transparency, but it gives a little bit more realism to the flower than when you're just painting pure white, okay? And again, I'm going to for my daisies, I'm going to use my filbert. I have purple and my white now. I'm so sad. Okay, I'm moving some of my white over here. And then I'm just going to paint a big daisy right here on my prepared sheet. Okay, just like that. All right. You can have some that are smaller. And you can have some that are bigger. You can go as I did right here. I had a little grouping of smaller ones right through here. Right, so you can do real tiny ones too. That's not a very nice daisy. So do as I say, not as I do something. Okay, like this. Okay. Little daisies. All right, so this is the daisy. right? And you're going right on top of your green and right on top of your black. Okay, so what everybody should be painting now are daisies over here, or hollyhocks, or both. Okay, I'm gonna come back to the hollyhocks for these stems. Does anybody out there in the library land have any questions so far?
So one question is, what is the pink color?
The pink color is rose mixed with white, okay? In both the rose and the mauve color, I added a little bit of white because I was afraid it wasn't gonna show up. Which I can demonstrate if I just take straight rose and paint on top of this. It just doesn't show up like it does. See, so this is the rose painted straight out of the tube, and this is the rose with white added. So you can see that it shows up much better when you add white to it. Okay, we've gone from sounds of agony to giggling. I'm suspicious. All right.
Mine are not daisy. There's something funny.
Did you say puffier?
Yeah, I did get that one. Interesting.
I'm gonna run around the room now because I think these people are getting in trouble over there. Okay. I'd love to see what the other libraries are doing. If there's any way they can show me the paintings. To see if they're, whoops, I walked in front again. Sorry, I keep forgetting that. Michael, have you been practicing all week?
Amazing.
But I'm only drop.
But don't worry, we're gonna slap some yellow in there.
Perfect. You're just nice.
She knows that rose. Yeah.
So if you add a little bit of white to your color, it will show up. You're fine too. Actually, I like the way, the lines come through. Okay, good. So just make some that are smaller and maybe a little bunch up here, and, no. Do I make them racist?
No, just. This is nervous. Nervous anyway. My little hand's shaking.
You just, whatever color you use, you just stop it.
Let's see the bunch.
It's not my best.
No, she's on her own.
Yeah, that's- This is actually.
That's a monster.
Like.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. And what you guys are doing is actually.
The hollyhock.
If they're not overlapping, so.
Okay.
So one of the questions that was asked is. About the overlapping. So here I'm overlapping them. A lot of people are painting them separately, that's fine too. But if you can overlap them, you do get more of a feeling of a field of daisies, right? And then smaller ones bunched up here. And then someone already wanted to know
will you
how
show
you paint the middle.
box?
You don't do it by putting your finger into the middle of it like I just did. I just do yellow right? So what we're really doing with this is we're learning how to layer the paint in a way that doesn't reactivate it. And look at all three show up. There we go. Okay, you guys just need to do this. Okay. Here you go. I think it's funny. I'm like, oh, I like this one right here.
So the ones that are more at the bottom, closer, so they should be bigger.
Yes, yeah. So the ones that are at the bottom, I made bigger because to me, they're closer to me. So bigger ones at the bottom and then smaller bunches up here. Okay. The open space up on the top, with the daisies, yours will show up, so just paint some up there. So it's as though they're growing up and you have a sky in the background. And so some are in the bush, in the grasses and the stems and the leaves down below, and some are going up off the page, especially with the hollyhocks. So yeah, so that was the question with the daisies, it's gonna be hard to see if you go up into the white area and paint it. This is my favorite one, and I just put a purple, I just put all of it. I just put it in. I just, okay, we're just gonna go with a purple daisy up here because I screwed up. So don't do that, everybody, okay? Maybe I should make it a butterfly. Okay, but my point was that if you paint the white up here, it's not gonna show up. Right, so I think that if you're doing daisies, what we'll do is we will put leaves coming up there with the green. Or that's why I had you do the black pieces that come up like this, the black strokes that come up like that. So that you can. Okay. I need more white because all my white is purple now. Sometimes it's hard to get these tops off and I can bring my super duper top remover. Okay. Wait. Oh, yeah, right. So like up here, I might have the daisy coming up. It's really a pretty simple design, right? So I just did two up here, smaller, that show up because of the black. Come back to my hollyhock and add some yellows. I mean, how many different colors of hollyhocks are there? Lots. They usually bloom around August. Don't they? Okay, when you hollyhock people out there, get your whole page full of flowers, let me know and we'll talk about the stems and the centers. For the daisy people, the center is going to be yellow, just like that. It's just a dot that I put in there. Okay.
6 round for the daisy center.
Yes.
Okay.
Wait, what happened back there?
I dotted my daisy. Now it actually looks like a daisy.
I like the way you said that. I dotted my daisy. Okay. How's yours? I think the way to avoid all of your stems and leaves on your hollyhock is just to put a lot of flowers.
There you go.
Nobody's making any sense at all.
It's turning into a canary.
Nothing wrong with that.
Have you ever had anybody cry in your class?
Yes, as a matter of fact, the last class I had was almost completely.
Oh,
Oh, but I will add, Lisa, that it was out of gratitude and not
how sweet.
because I bring chocolate for the needs,
Sweet.
usually. Chocolates started getting expensive from the 12 packets. So
I'll bring something.
I thought that was nice.
You did?
Yes, now that that's, engaged, I have to.
Yeah, yeah.
Especially up here. Multiply.
Thank you.
So these two. Yeah. I'm so impressed.
He's a natural.
He is.
Yeah.
I've always enjoyed drawing flowers. Colors and. It's everybody.
It's your paint, it's what you want.
Except for me.
I'm just here for guidance and comic relief. If this doesn't show up well enough, you might want to go to your other yellow, which will be a little bit darker.
Okay. I'm just using the white brush on the yellow since it's.
So that's fine, it's absolutely fine.
Okay.
This one will show up a little bit more.
Okay.
You might struggle with that. Michael's turned out fine though.
That's just use straight it up.
It's more just- We've got another 35 minutes here. And then we easy there, 5 minutes. With the hollyhock, so the daisies are fine, you just need them solid. Which is not to stick. Try and do more dots rather than so solid. You're coming up not just good, then perfect. Perfect in every way. So everybody know where that's from? The Mary Poppins.
Oh, yeah.
Oh gosh, I almost started singing Mary Poppins songs. I'm so sorry. I'm so glad I caught myself between. Don't you even start to see.
There's nothing wrong with those kinds of. They're really quite.
They wouldn't even want me singing in church choir. Okay, so everybody's doing really well with this. the hollyhock people, something saying like that. You can see that what I did was I just added some stems going straight out through the middle of it. So like I have the purple right here. Coming into my green and just going straight down through the middle of it. I'm gonna add a few more, just, casual, leaves coming off the stem of the plant. And if you grow hollyhocks out there, I apologize for not knowing how a hollyhock grows or whether they even have leaves. Do they have leaves? Does anybody know? Jude, you're a garden. Do you know? That's been too long. I think they have big leaves, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it's or not, but our hollyhocks are gonna have new leaves and lots of stems. Oh, guess what? I just had a picture put in front of me and they do in fact have big leaves. All right. Okay, the pictures you just showed that our hollyhocks don't look all that good. No, I'm kidding.
Yes, they do.
They're fine.
Further away you go, the better they get.
That's true. That's true, almost everything. Isn't it?
Yeah.
Except dogs. Okay, so there were really big leaves there. Just having more.
And the family homes, what can they do?
I used the sap green. Just kind of the greens that I already had out there, some of the lemon, yellow too. So I'm just trying to use what green I have out there.
What's the leaf shape?
The leaf shape is quite rounded. You can try and do one. The leaf shape is like this, Jude. Rounded like that. So it's a rounded leaf.
Hold it up, hold it.
Yes. Okay, so can you see? It's like that here. You can't even see it. It's like a big green dot. Okay, only not really a dot. Okay. This is not a fully representation of painting. This is how we feel about daisies.
I like it.
I have a super concentrating look coming from tomorrow. Listen, you have like the super concentrated look.
Let's make a, like the grass thing in the back of it.
With the grass. Oh, yeah, no, that's fine. Yeah, just maybe bring the stem down a little bit and then maybe put a daisy right there. Right on top, right? But no, that's a good outfit. Oh, let's see. That was right on. It's like, God, this is Oh, we went through that, that's why I did the
Yeah, so if
lights.
I turn off the light, you can see the screen better, but you've got less light.
Yeah.
I really like better.
Is that better for everybody?
Yeah.
Okay, then let's stick with that. I'm sorry, I didn't look at the screen earlier.
Daisy,
Big daisy, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because this is excellent, right here. A nice bunch of that's.
Thank you. You're wondering about those things.
No,
I had a plan. Wasn't all.
You can, if you need to separate them. Yeah. That's the advantage to working with Gouache, is that you can go back and forth. leaves on the holly, it's just stems. So when everybody is finished, they should have a daisy painting that looks somewhat like that. Maybe better. So some people are working on one, some people are working on two. The other thing about the hollyhocks is the center of it. All I do for the center is you can just come in a little bit to your black and just put a little. And not on every one. Even come over to the purple and have a little bit of black to make it darker. Can I see any of the other libraries, how they're doing?
So some of the other branches, do any of you have some that you are ready to show?
Because I have anxiety until I see your paintings are going all right.
It looks like they're still working.
They're all working very diligently.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's good too. As long as everybody is still having fun, is everybody still having fun?
Oh, yes.
Thank you, good answer. They're being paid. Paid shows. I'm so sad about that. It's not turned over to the butterflies. It's not asters. Pardon me? Asters, they're calling. Well, I know, it doesn't put it in my. Oh.
A lone aster with your daisies.
That's like the last.
Make it into a butterfly or a bird or something. I do love aren't they called violet asters, or they purple asters or violet asters? They're one of my favorite flowers, but boy, it sure is a tough color to come up with. Kind of like corn silk blue. Corn blue. So you can see how I put little dark dots in the center of the hollyhocks. You see that?
Oh, yeah, that looks so good.
Okay.
Love it.
So we have about, say about 20 minutes to go, so that we have time to see what other people did.
So a question,
Yes.
what color in the center of the hollyhocks?
In the center of the hollyhocks, I did, on this one, I did a little bit of a darker shade of yellow for this yellow center, a little bit of darker shade for the red. Which all I did was I added a little bit of black to the yellow, a little bit of black to the red. On this one, I simply did black in the center. So you can either mix your black with a little bit of color to get the center like that, or you could just do black, which I think worked just as well, right? So this was just black right in the center. Once I put the black down, I have white on my brush, so okay. Demonstrate this. All I did was come in with a little bit of black and put it in the center like this, and then I smoothed it around a little bit. We have to get a hold of Webster's dictionary and tell them we want the word schmoot in there.
How would you spell it?
And you had to ask.
SCHMOO, okay.
That's a lot for you. How do you spell it?
I don't know that's correct.
Okay, so you see how I just smoothed it a little bit in there. We're consulting Webster's right now, you know, we're making up words. So that doesn't really matter much anymore, does it? And in the red, it's just like that. Tomorrow, have you started your piling box yet?
I was focusing on my daisies, I don't know if I'm gonna have time.
That's okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm debating.
I mean, you're taking all the supplies home with you, at the end of the 8 weeks, right?
Oh,
So you'll be,
that's.
I can't say enough about this program. I think it's just a great program because so often people do want to learn how to paint, but it's a lot of expense to go into something you may not like. This is a great way to be introduced to it and get the supplies, everything you need to do more. And one thing I'm really good at is helping you spend money on supplies. Very good at that. I taught a gouache class and I used a different kind of, had people get a different kind of gouache that was in tubs, and there were 2 people that absolutely did not like it at all. One is in front of me, so I became the benefactor of all its paints. They gave them back to me. Those were called the Himi, I think they're called Himi paints. Which I thought were a lot of fun to play with because they were so cheap, you didn't feel bad, like, you know, you open up a tube here and you put a little bit out and you're like, "Ooh, I didn't have enough." For the stems, I use the sap green. Pretty much straight out of the tube. Also, I used the rigger brush for the stems, the lawn brush. So for the stems on the hollyhocks, if you use this brush, the rigger, then you'll get that nice long stem like this.
Right up in the.
And right up the middle. Well, I went right up the middle without the flowers to demonstrate, but you can just go right up the middle of the flowers like this. Right there. And you can have some of the stems coming off of the top too. Right at the very top of that. And then maybe add a few more elements. Michael's running out of days.
That's, I think there's plenty of days. That looks good.
It does look good.
I mean, I'm just raw. I don't know. Right.
You do it. Dots down there, I'm calling the Halifax dots.
Oh, okay, oh, okay, never mind, yeah, I just think it wrong.
You know what I just heard you say instead of Halifax? Lollipop. This is creative aging, that's the name of the class. Little problems with my brain. See how I have some of the things.
Oh, good idea. I wasn't sure how I would attach this.
Really, to me. There seems to be that. Right,
It's so, okay, so there. I wasn't sure how I would grew, okay, never mind, that's probably. Didn't grow mine, probably. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, mine.
Would you say that I thought the hollyhocks were easy, but are you finding them more difficult than the daisies?
No, only from the standpoint of the way they were formed, setting my cross instead of, I didn't know how they would attach to it.
Do you still have that photo?
Oh.
She had a
Yes.
photo of hollyhocks she brought up so I could see what the leaves look like. I kind of, for this, I just was painting for my imagination. As I said, my husband doesn't like hollyhocks, so I've never actually seen them grow except from afar.
Is it now, do you think it is?
He doesn't like them because they fall over.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay, now I see how we should.
But this is your creative genius. You're taking a beautiful plant, you're making it more beautiful. Or something of your own, right?
Yeah.
I think they call that artistic license.
Yeah.
Well, it certainly makes it easier to be a painter if you use an artistic license, you don't have to get it exactly right. And we have different kinds of daisies too here. We have the daisies that grow in bunches and the daisies that grow individually. And an individual stem. I don't know what the difference is between what they're called. Michael, you have like 10 minutes left. Do you need something else to do?
No, I'm just perfectly satisfied.
Okay. I don't want you to be bored over there.
But believe me, I'm not bored.
Okay.
I feel very much alive.
All right, good. I get nervous when people finish.
So that's why it's simple. Days.
The daisies. Please don't eat the daisies. Uh-oh, she's gonna start singing. That's right, we both, well, everybody knows daisy. We only have one daisy. The word of the daisy. Oh, that's right, your daisy too. Brand new chair. I see you two whispering over there. Can you guys tell who the note passers were?
Yeah.
The troublemakers? So one thing you do want to do is you do want to finish before you take it too far. I was not directing that at you.
Yes, you were.
But you know what I mean is that sometimes you keep working on it. And sometimes you take it too far and then you lose what your focus was. It's very easy to start a painting. It's a lesson learned on when to finish it, right? And it is all throughout our school, everybody struggles with that. When is the painting finished? Of course, if you're doing a totally representational one, it's when everything looks like what you were trying to paint. But for something like this, when is enough on there and when should you call it quits? And it's before it gets too complicated and starts to get, you know, too much going on. So you want to say, see, they're trying to. So we have about 13 minutes left. How is everybody doing? And ask the other libraries if they're getting finished up, if they have any questions, or if they're ready to show us what they've done. We can always show you what we've done here because we have some people that are ready to peel their tape off away from the painting.
Way,
Away from the painting. When you peel the tape, always peel away from the painting. What are you doing there, Judy? Are you futzing? She's okay. Are you futzing in a good way? How about yours, Tom?
I'm debating if I should try to whiten up some of the things.
It's a good question. So some of mine, I did have to come back in, especially on this one, and add a little bit more white. Especially when you're first learning, you know, even on this, you know, some of the black did come through. So it's nice to have some that are really white and some that do have a little bit of black coming through. Next week is going to be very exciting. It is. Don't look at me like that.
well, now you gotta, you did that on purpose, you know you did.
You know, this is next week.
Oh, yeah.
Do you want me to highlight you? There we go.
She's like, "Ooh, I'm having caramel." So this is next week, we're gonna be starting to blend our colors. Now, everybody should have in their packet these sheets. This will be how you choose what you're gonna put on your paper. Don't you wonder how we're gonna get it from here to your paper?
Absolutely. Yeah. How are we gonna do that?
Secret formula.
So camera is ready to show their painting.
Yay, we get to see cameras. Why do you have to see down there? Do I? I'll turn around, turn it around. Oh, there they are. I see you, camera. I'm so excited. Look at that.
Ready.
Oh, I love the way they did the top on that one.
Yeah.
Look at the
Oh,
hollyhocks.
so
Good, good, good.
yeah.
Oh, I like that one too.
Oh, nice.
Good, good, good. Oh, I like that one a lot. With the long painting. Oh, excellent. Look at the yellow right there. I like that too. Oh, those are good flowers. Good flowers, whoever did that.
Okay, and we'll go to Alpine next.
I want to point out that if any of you have ever worked in watercolors, but you're discovering this is totally different, right? Okay, that's out.
This is Alpine.
I see one here. Oh, nice job. Look at that one. Oh, that's beautiful. Shake your head if you're happy with it. Yes. Okay, oh, let me see the hollyhock one too. Oh, look at, you painted yours all black and then you did that. Oh, I love that. Oh, nice, nice. Both of you did nice. You lost, on the hollyhocks, you lost a little bit of the brightness. You needed to add a little bit of white to, can they hear me?
Yes.
You needed to add a little bit of white into your colors to make them really stand out on the black. Okay, we've got these, oh. Oh, that turned out nicely. Good, good, you know what, yours, oh, that's beautiful. I want to live in your daisies. Very nice. Good, we've got two more working studiously back here. Uh-oh, I can't. Good,
Oh, there's Wendy.
good,
All right.
thank you.
Hello, Wendy.
Hi, Wendy. Everybody's saying hi to Wendy.
Hi, Wendy.
I don't know if you can see us all, but everybody's waving at her. We all love Wendy.
All right, is anyone else ready?
How about us?
Yes,
can
you
show
guys
some
want to
thoughts.
show? Do you guys want to bring your,
Do you want me to bring it up for you?
Sure.
Ready.
let me get us spotlighted. For some reason, okay, just
Oh, I'm on this camera.
Sorry.
Look at that one.
let me,
Michael did it.
I'm just trying to find it so I can spotlight
Oh,
it.
spotlight.
Yes. All right. To this one.
Wait, to that one? Oh, thank you. Oh, I'm showing it on my own thing. Okay, I'm so confused. I've got like
Oh,
3 cameras here, so I don't know. which
that's
one
a
to go.
beauty, huh? Oh, so pretty. Good job, you think.
Somebody's not letting go of their daisies out there. There you go. Thank you for guiding me on that. That one.
We have a couple more in Thane and then we'll go to Afton.
I'm running around in my boots. Okay, here's 2 more. I can't remember whose is who. This is Lisa.
Oh, yeah, I'm like, what's my picture going on?
Oh, I stole your beads.
All right, Afton.
This one.
Oh, no, that's
Is that- Yes.
So Judy, here's Afton's.
okay. After look
Yeah.
at that. Okay. Oh, that one is beautiful.
Yeah.
It's very painterly.
Good.
Oh, that was
pretty.
really painterly too.
Oh, I love it.
Nice job. Oh, good, good, good. I like the colors in that one and the dots in the center. Look at how she went lighter on some of them in the center. I like that a lot. Very nice. Thank you, Afton. You guys totally rocked it. How about Cokeville?
Cokeville or Labarge, you guys ready? Here's Cokeville.
Oh. Oh, come on. All right, I'm the teacher and I say it's good, all right? Oh, your daisies are great. Okay, maybe I stretched it a little bit too much asking you to do it too, but you did really good on the daisies. Oh, no, look at your ham-hocks. Your hollyhocks are great, they're not ham-hocks, they're not. Oh, those are beautiful too. Oh, look at that. Both of those are excellent. Very, very, I love the colors in that one. Very nice. Oh, good, good, good. So you have, the person with the hollyhocks there needed to have a little bit white too. All right, here we go, this one. Very nice. Look at that one in the center.
Beautiful.
Very good.
Wow. So much fun.
Okay, next week we're gonna stick with one painting. All right, how about Labarge?
Labarge is still working.
Okay. Okay, so for next week, we're gonna be using our. Can't see myself, but we're gonna be using these.
There we go.
Okay, we're gonna be using these next week. Think about what you want to put on this, okay? So you can pretty much, it's just a silhouette. All right, If you have something at home that you know, maybe you would prefer, it needs to be a silhouette like this. Okay, this is what we're gonna paint. And so these are the ones I chose because we're in, you know, Wyoming and everybody is like horses. Horses, can you tell I'm not like a horse fan? So anyway, that's what we're gonna do next week. And Yvette, does anybody have any questions? How about out here in our studio audience?
No,
Okay, good. We'll see everybody next week. Thank you. Thank you, thank you.
Yep, thank you, Judy.
Thank you.
Thank you, yes.
thank you very
You're
much.
welcome. That like maybe